Welcome back to GovCon Insights. I'm Steve Graff. For the next several videos, we're going to dig deep into GPO.gov. We're going to start with how to get you registered, then we'll move into episodes on finding those bidding opportunities and how to place bids so that you can win contracts through the Government Publishing Office. Grab your pen and notepad, be ready to take notes. These are going to be short and fast, so here we go. Okay, on your screen you see the GPO.gov homepage. You'll notice at the top there's a bunch of tabs up here. What we're going to do is go straight to Work With Us. Scroll over here to Programs for Vendors, and I'm going to show you the two types of programs they have. First is the one that we're going to be focused on. This is printing and publishing. Small purchases under $100,000 are put up for bid on this site. One-time bids that are larger than the $100,000 are also put up in this site. I'll show you where those are in a future episode. There are some term contracts you can bid on that are between 1 and 5 years. They have simplified purchase agreements that are out for bid, and then some on-site and consulting services that are also available to bid on from time to time. The bottom one here, the second type of vendor, is acquisition services. Now what we're looking at here are purchases that GPO makes for GPO. IT services, computer equipment, maintenance support, paper items, printing plates, passport raw materials, things that the GPO uses themselves. So if you're interested in that, by all means, register for acquisition services. For the most of us, we're going to be looking at the printing and publishing side of things. So let's go back to the home page. Work With Us, how to register. Now, since we've already decided we're going to look primarily at the printing and publishing vendor side of the house on this, let's go into that. Here's what you need to register with GPO.gov. First, of course, you need your UEI. Second thing you're going to need, that's a little unique for GPO.gov, is you are going to need a DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. If you have not started that process, go to dnb.com and register. Step 3, once you've got all that information, is to register on Contractor Connection. Now, Contractor Connection is the GPO.gov bidding site where we do all of our looking at opportunities and bidding on those opportunities. So Contractor Connection is what we're going to work in anytime we're going into GPO.gov to bid. Part of that registration is step 4. You will have to submit a W-9 for your business, and you'll have to fill out an SF-3881. Now what that is the payment enrollment form. When you win a contract, you perform on that contract, you fulfill all of the items, and it's completely done. That's how the government's going to pay you. It's basically an electronic deposit application so that you'll need your routing number, your bank account number, those types of things, so that the government can electronically deposit your funds into your account. So once you're registered, and it does take some time, don't expect it to happen in a day, but once you're registered, you're going to be issued a GPO ID number called a contractor's code. Also, if you're a business that already has inventory or products that you want to supply to the government, you can, at this point, send some samples in to GPO. GPO will review those samples and put quality notes in your profile. That really helps in the future when you're bidding on those items for other buyers, for other agencies that need them, because you've already had your products reviewed. It gives them a sense of security on awarding you the bid and makes it easier. So if you've got products, if you've got inventory, be prepared to send a sample or two in to GPO.gov. And then, of course, you'll be invited to bid on GPO solicitations. Now, basically what that means is you are authorized to go to the bidding board. You are authorized to place bids on products and to be awarded those bids if you win the bidding on those products. That's what this registration does for you. Now, as a prospective bidder, look here at the bottom of the screen. Here are some publications you need to read and learn. You'll need to know the contract terms. They're pretty common across the board with GPO. They will all look the same. The quality assurances through the printing and binding, and then quality assurances through microforms. Read those, pay attention to them, have a basic knowledge of them for the items that you bid on that will fall subject to those clauses. And then the government paper specification standards. If you bid on projects that include stationery or envelopes or business cards, the government has set standards for the type of paper that can be used. Familiarize yourself with them so you know what you're doing when you're bidding on items. Now, let's move on a little bit into the actual registration. We're not going to go through a full registration because it's pretty self-explanatory when you get into it. But what you're going to do is you're going to go into the Contractor Connection site. This is where the whole project starts, right here. Put your name first and last, put your title, put your email, re-enter your email, and then check the CAPTCHA. So once you've got that, you'll continue. It will then insert your email into the GPO.gov system, and you'll start the registration. In the registration, you're going to need to start adding your UEI, your DUNS number, your cage code, your address, your bank account information, all of that kind of stuff. It will be submitted to GPO. Once you're approved, you'll be notified, and with that approval, you will be ready to start bidding on GPO projects. Get registered, get signed up, get everything approved. We'll move into the next episodes where we'll talk about researching the opportunities and placing bids. Thanks for listening. If you would, please subscribe, like, hit the notifications button, share it with anybody else you know that's into government contracting and looking to sell products to the government. But even more importantly, I want you to go have the best day ever.